Maya Chen was a girl who loved to build. She spent hours in her room, surrounded by wires, circuits, and tools. She built little robots from kits. She even tried to build her own inventions. Maya dreamt of making something truly special. Maya's grandmother lived with her family. Grandmother had always helped to raise Maya. Now, grandmother was getting older. She moved slowly and needed help with many things. Maya wanted to help her grandmother. She wanted to make her life easier and happier. One day, Maya had an idea. "I will build a robot," she declared. This would be no ordinary robot. This robot would be specially designed to help her grandmother. Maya knew it would be her most ambitious project yet, but she was determined to succeed. Maya thought about her grandmother's daily routines. She often observed her grandmother moving around the house, tending to her garden, and taking short walks in the park. Despite her age, her grandmother was quite active, but Maya noticed the small struggles that came with her daily activities. She made a list of all the things that were difficult for her grandmother to do. Maya wanted to ensure that she didn't miss anything important. She sat in the backyard, pen in hand, and thought deeply about every task her grandmother performed. She wanted to create a comprehensive list that would help her design the perfect assistant. These included carrying heavy objects, like groceries and laundry baskets. Maya remembered the times she had seen her grandmother struggle with these tasks, her face showing signs of strain. It was clear that lifting and carrying heavy items was becoming increasingly difficult for her. Reaching for things on high shelves was another challenge. Maya had often seen her grandmother using a step stool to get items from the top shelves in the kitchen or the garden shed. It was a risky endeavor, and Maya worried about the possibility of her grandmother losing her balance and falling. And reminding her to take her medicine was crucial. With so many different pills to take at various times of the day, it was easy for her grandmother to forget. Maya knew that missing a dose could have serious consequences for her grandmother's health. Maya wanted her robot to be able to do all of these things. She envisioned a helper that could take on the physical tasks and provide gentle reminders, making her grandmother's life easier and safer. She started sketching designs for her robot, her mind buzzing with ideas. She started sketching designs for her robot. Each sketch was a step closer to her goal. She drew different versions, each with unique features that could assist her grandmother in various ways. Maya's creativity knew no bounds as she imagined the possibilities. She imagined a friendly-looking robot with 2 strong arms and wheels to move around easily. The robot would be sturdy enough to carry heavy items and agile enough to navigate through the house and garden. It would have a gentle demeanor, making it approachable and comforting for her grandmother. The robot would have a built-in reminder system to help her grandmother remember important tasks. This system would be customizable, allowing her grandmother to set reminders for taking medicine, watering plants, or even calling family members. Maya wanted the robot to be a true companion. Maya even planned to add a voice control feature so that her grandmother could easily interact with the robot. This feature would allow her grandmother to give commands and ask questions without needing to press buttons or use a remote control. It would make the robot more user-friendly and accessible. Maya knew that building a robot this complex would be challenging. She had never attempted a project of this scale before, but she was determined to succeed. She spent hours researching, learning about robotics, and gathering the necessary materials. But she was excited to get started. The thought of creating something that could make a real difference in her grandmother's life filled her with enthusiasm. She set up a workspace in the garden, where she could enjoy the fresh air while working on her project. She was determined to use her love for building to help her grandmother. Every time she looked at her grandmother's smiling face, she felt a renewed sense of purpose. She wanted to give back to the woman who had always been there for her, supporting her dreams and encouraging her passions. And she knew that with enough hard work and dedication, she could make her dream a reality. Maya believed in the power of perseverance and innovation. She was ready to face any obstacles that came her way, confident that her efforts would lead to a brighter future for her grandmother. Maya spent weeks working on her robot. Every day after school, she would rush to her backyard, eager to continue her project. The backyard became her sanctuary, a place where her imagination could run wild and her hands could bring her ideas to life. She had a vision, and she was determined to see it through. She used parts from old toys, gadgets, and even appliances. Maya scoured her house for anything that could be repurposed. She took apart old radios, remote-controlled cars, and even an old blender. Each piece had potential, and she carefully sorted them into piles, imagining how they could fit into her creation. Her family was amazed at her resourcefulness and creativity. She learned to program the robot's brain. Maya spent hours on her laptop teaching herself how to code. She watched countless tutorials and read numerous articles. The more she learned, the more fascinated she became. Programming was like learning a new language, and she was determined to become fluent. She knew that the code was the key to bringing her robot to life. It was slow, painstaking work. Often things went wrong. Wires came loose, circuits overloaded. There were moments of sheer frustration when nothing seemed to work. Maya would sit back, take a deep breath, and then dive back in. She knew that every problem had a solution, and she was determined to find it. Her perseverance was unwavering. Her robot refused to cooperate. There were days when it felt like the robot had a mind of its own, deliberately defying her efforts. It would move erratically, or not at all. Maya would troubleshoot for hours, trying to pinpoint the issue. Each malfunction was a puzzle, and she was determined to solve it. She knew that giving up was not an option. There were times when Maya felt like giving up. The setbacks were disheartening, and the progress was slow. She would sit in her backyard, surrounded by robot parts, feeling defeated. But deep down, she knew that every inventor faced challenges. She reminded herself that failure was a part of the process, a stepping stone to success. She would get frustrated when her robot wouldn't work the way she wanted it to. The hours of work seemed to vanish in an instant when the robot malfunctioned, but Maya was resilient. She would take a break, clear her mind, and then return to her project with renewed determination. She knew that frustration was temporary, but the joy of success would be lasting. But then she would remember why she was building the robot in the first place. She had a purpose, a reason that kept her going. She would look at a photo of her grandmother, the person who had always believed in her. Her grandmother's encouragement and love were the driving forces behind Maya's determination. She wanted to make her proud. She thought about her grandmother's kind smile and the way she always encouraged Maya's interests. Her grandmother had a way of making Maya feel like she could achieve anything. She would tell Maya stories of great inventors and their struggles, always emphasizing the importance of perseverance. These memories fueled Maya's resolve to keep going, no matter how tough it got. Maya's parents were her biggest supporters. They believed in her vision and were always there to lend a hand. They would spend weekends helping her gather parts, troubleshoot issues, and brainstorm solutions. Their support was unwavering, and it gave Maya the strength to push through the tough times. They encouraged her to keep going. Whenever Maya felt like she had hit a wall, her parents were there to lift her spirits. They would remind her of how far she had come and how much she had already achieved. Their words of encouragement were like a balm to her weary soul, giving her the motivation to keep pushing forward. They helped her to solve problems. Whenever Maya encountered a particularly tricky issue, her parents would sit down with her and brainstorm solutions. They would offer fresh perspectives and new ideas, helping her to see the problem from different angles. Their collaborative efforts often led to breakthroughs, and Maya was grateful for their support. They reminded her that even the greatest inventors face setbacks. Her parents would share stories of famous inventors who had faced numerous failures before achieving success. These stories were a source of inspiration for Maya, reminding her that she was not alone in her struggles. They taught her that perseverance and resilience were key to achieving her dreams. With their support and her own determination, Maya continued to work on her robot. She knew that she was not alone in her journey. Her family's belief in her gave her the strength to keep going, even when the going got tough. She was determined to see her project through to the end, no matter how many obstacles she faced. She knew that each failure brought her one step closer to success. Every setback was a learning opportunity, a chance to grow and improve. Maya embraced the challenges, knowing that they were shaping her into a better inventor. With each passing day, she grew more confident in her abilities and more determined to achieve her goal. The journey was tough, but she knew it would be worth it in the end. Finally, the day came when Maya's robot was ready. She had spent countless hours working on it, pouring her heart and soul into every detail. The journey had been long and challenging, filled with moments of doubt and frustration. But Maya's determination never wavered. She knew that this robot could change her grandmother's life, and that thought kept her going. She wheeled it out into the living room, her heart pounding with excitement and a touch of nervousness. This was the moment she had been waiting for, the moment when all her hard work would be put to the test. She took a deep breath and steadied herself, ready to showcase her creation. Her grandmother was sitting in her favorite armchair, reading a book. The sun was shining through the window, casting a warm glow over the room. It was a peaceful scene, one that Maya hoped to enhance with her invention. Maya explained what the robot could do. Her voice was filled with enthusiasm as she described the various features and functions. Her grandmother listened intently, her eyes widening with amazement. She had always known that Maya was talented, but this was beyond anything she had imagined. She had never seen anything like it before. The robot was a marvel of modern technology, a testament to Maya's ingenuity and hard work. It was clear that this was no ordinary invention. It was something truly special. Maya's grandmother asked the robot to bring her a glass of water. It was a simple request, but one that would demonstrate the robot's capabilities. Maya watched with bated breath, hoping that everything would go smoothly. The robot whirred into action. Its movements were smooth and precise, a result of the countless hours Maya had spent fine-tuning its programming. It was a moment of triumph, a validation of all her hard work. It rolled into the kitchen, navigating the space with ease. Maya had designed it to be intuitive and user-friendly, capable of performing tasks with minimal supervision. She had thought of everything, from the robot's sensors to its motor functions. It filled a glass with water, its mechanical arm moving with precision. Maya had spent countless hours perfecting this part of the robot, ensuring that it could handle delicate tasks without any issues. It was a moment of pure satisfaction to see it working flawlessly. It carefully carried the glass back to Maya's grandmother. The robot's movements were deliberate and controlled, a testament to Maya's meticulous attention to detail. She had designed it to be both functional and safe, capable of performing tasks without any risk of accidents. Maya's grandmother took a sip of water. Her eyes sparkled with delight as she tasted the cool, refreshing liquid. It was a simple act, but one that held profound significance. It was a moment of connection, a bridge between generations built through innovation and love. "Thank you," she said to the robot, her voice filled with genuine gratitude. It was a heartfelt moment, one that Maya would cherish forever. Her grandmother's words were a validation of all her hard work and dedication. "You are a very good helper." Maya was overjoyed. Her heart swelled with pride as she watched her grandmother interact with the robot. It was a dream come true, a moment of pure joy and fulfillment. She had finally done it. All the late nights, the setbacks, and the hard work had paid off. She had created something that would make a real difference in her grandmother's life. It was a moment of triumph, a testament to her perseverance and determination. She had built a robot that could help her grandmother. It was more than just a machine. It was a symbol of her love and dedication. It was a gift that would keep on giving, making her grandmother's life easier and more enjoyable. She knew that her robot would make a real difference in her grandmother's life. It was a tool that would provide assistance and companionship, a testament to the power of innovation and creativity. Maya felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that she had made a positive impact, and she was so proud of herself for never giving up on her dream. It was a journey that had tested her in many ways, but she had emerged victorious. She had proven to herself and to the world that with hard work and determination, anything is possible. This was truly a day of triumph. Word of Maya's amazing robot spread throughout the community. People were impressed by her ingenuity and her desire to help her grandmother. One day, the local community center faced a crisis. They were hosting a big event for the elderly, but their delivery truck had broken down. The truck contained all the food and supplies for the event. Without it, the event would have to be cancelled. The community center manager was in a panic. She didn't know what to do. Someone suggested that maybe Maya's robot could help. Maya's parents were contacted and asked if Maya and her robot could help. They were hesitant at first. They didn't want Maya to feel pressured or overwhelmed. But Maya, seeing an opportunity to use her invention for the greater good, was eager to help.